Hi, Sussex squad. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. If you're new here, please do me a favor. Hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the bell. That way you know whenever I post a video because it really helps out my channel. Guys, so we talked about, I think it was last week. I'm not completely sure when. But we talked about basically how there is all of these fake articles that keep popping up, like these articles and coverages, so-called news coverages, about how Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are headed for divorce, baby. Oh my God, blah 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 blah. It's just, it's stupid. It's stupid. You know that it's not true. Like, and there's so many headlines out there about Prince Harry and Meghan are heading for divorce. Their neighbors hate them, and it just has the corrupt UK tabloid media written all over it. They just want to target and destroy them in any way that they can. It's like that bully. If you remember, you know what? It's not even like the bully, the buddy. You guys will remember that I love the show Lost. So there's this episode where Jack, the hero, is it's a flashback of when he's young and these bullies are beating him up. I'm sorry, no, that's the whole point. These bullies are beating up another kid, okay? And in this instance, Jack is like our Harry and Meghan because they are a protector of the underdog. They are an advocate for the everyman. It's like they want to stick up for the little guy. And the bullies, it's a gang of them. It's a group of, and they're only like 9 or 10. These are kids, and they're beating this little kid's butt, this little nerdy kid. And Jack, our hero in the flashback, 2 other bullies are holding him against the fence. And so essentially they're making him watch as they bully this other kid. And he really, really wants to go help the kid. I feel like those groups of bullies is the tabloid media, the UK tabloid, the corrupt UK tabloid media. Not all UK media is corrupt, obviously. There's a lot of people who come on my channel and hate when I talk about this. But if you hate this, kind of get your house in order then, Advocate for more ethical, safer, fairer media. But it's, of course, not all of them, but yes, quite a lot of them, yes. It doesn't look good. They target Harry and Meghan in a way that is obsessive, that is full of lies, that is deceptive, that is literally unethical, repulsive. I mean, it's just terrible. So, I just feel like they have goons. I feel like the corrupt UK tabloid media, the ones who really have the resources and expenses to do this stuff, I feel like they just plop plants and little seeds of sabotage everywhere, because you think of it like a narcissist. That's how a narcissist is. Narcissists, when you decide that you are bigger than them and you decide to walk away, that's when they send their goons. That's when they send their little mini-me's to slander you or smear you. Does it sound familiar to some of you? I don't even know how to, they plant these little seeds of sabotage. Sabotage is like the key word that I want to put in here. So I don't know if this neighbor was paid off from this article that we're going to read. I don't know if this neighbor was paid off by the corrupt UK tabloid media. I don't know if they've been gullible enough to be swayed by what every fake, lying, deceptive, jealous, hateful, racist, bigoted, xenophobic, just fake article that gets spun out about them every single second of every single day. That say isn't everything from their pregnancy fakers to that they want to do interviews with Vladimir Putin to the point where they want to say that they're whiny babies. Like that stuff. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? I don't know if because some people truly just are vulnerable and gullible to a certain extent, I believe, and they've believed this lying, hateful media. I don't know if this neighbor is one of those persons. I don't know if this neighbor is also just a crabby person who wanted to make a buck and sell some story. I don't know. But I want to say, I'm not buying it. By the way, y'all, I found out that celebrity Kaiser is actually white. I like legitimately, and I don't want to sound racist here or anything, but I legitimately thought that Kaiser was like a black woman. But she lives quite anonymously, and I looked at her picture. There's a picture, I guess, that's been circulating online. I think she's white. Anyway, you know what I find so funny is that all of a sudden the world wants to be colorblind. You know, for the longest, the world wanted to have an emphasis of the races because that perpetuated white supremacy. But now everybody's colorblind. Anyway, okay. So this article is entitled Prince Harry and Meghan's elderly neighbor claims their security was rude to them. This is from July 25th, 2023, and this is by Kaiser. So it says, are you guys good neighbors? I'm not. Well, I'm not a bad neighbor per se, but I only regularly speak to one of my neighbors, an elderly widow. We chat all the time, and she's got tons of neighborhood tea. I have spoken to another neighbor a few times, and we're on a waving at a distance friendliness now. But I've truly never spoken to the family who lives on one side of my house, nor have I ever spoken to anyone else in the neighborhood. And I feel like that's sadly pretty normal. The Sussexes live in their lovely 8392 bathroomed Montecito mansion. 8392 bathroomed. I don't understand that. 8392 bathroom Montecito mansion where they maintain tight security. I would imagine they aren't stopping by their neighbors' mansions unannounced, nor would they appreciate it if one of their neighbors stopped by without calling. That's exactly what happened in 2020 apparently. One of their neighbors stopped by and security stopped him and asked him to go. Now the dude is getting his 15 minutes. To me, that's where it is. It all wraps right on back around to money. Somebody got paid. So here's the article that is quoted. So this is from page 6. It says, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's security guards have been accused of rudely brushing off an elderly neighbor after moving into their mansion in Montecito, California in 2020. Frank McGinnity, an 88-year-old U.S. Navy veteran who lives close by the Duke and Duchess. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm clouded today like nobody's business. The veteran, who lives close by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, claimed that he approached their home soon after they moved in to gift them some films he had made about the history of the area. He recalled the alleged exchange in a chapter of his memoir, Get Off Your Street. What? I have a big house next to Harry and Meghan's property. Oh, y'all on a first name basis. And I live in the guest house while renting the main house out on Airbnb, he said, according to the Montecito Journal via The Independent. Okay, Harry and Meghan live on Old McCormick property. And I see. Okay. I don't 100% know everything. I don't claim to know everything. But I'm getting old male Karen vibes. Okay. So it says, I went up to their gate with the films on a CD, but they weren't interested. Probably because they were like, why the heck you on my doggone property? He claimed, adding the couple's security guard turned him away. The gate guy turned me away and wouldn't take the film. Just saying they're not interested. First of all, you didn't hear that from their mouth. You heard that from their security's mouth, okay? I'm pretty sure if you would have went through an alternative route, one that was a little bit more appropriate for two public figures. I get it, they're your neighbors, but they're public figures and they faced a huge amount of threats and crazy stuff. They got to be very, very wary of the people that they really let into their lives. I don't think you went the correct avenues to deliver them this, okay? Just saying. I was trying to be neighborly. We don't see them very much around here. It's surprising they came here. People are typically older. It's where the elephants come to die. Don't be projecting your sad, you know, sunset of your life on them. McGinnity said he lives a tiara toss or two from the Sussexes property. The California based Royals moved into the property in July 2020 with their son, Prince Archie. For the couple welcomed daughter, Princess Lilibet, 2 years later. Page 6 exclusively reported that they paid $14,650,000 for the 18,000 square foot home, which features rose gardens, century old olive trees, a tennis court, a tea house, children's cottage, and a pool. It also has a 2-bedroom guest cottage. Now, I want to highlight that page 6, which I believe is owned by Rupert Murdoch as well. But I do know that they are a little bit more tame than the Daily Fails, whatever. And I want to also mention that you see that call out in there of the Independent, which is totally anti-Harry and Meghan. So back to Kaiser. So Kaiser said, I mean, considering what we know about the security threats, voila. I'm reading this in real time with you guys. Considering what we know about the security threats against Harry and Meghan, as well as what we know about the operations of the British media, I would think that their security would turn away every single person who got close to their property, as they should. This is just one of the ritziest neighborhoods in America. It's not the kind of community where neighbors just drop by unannounced, especially complete effing strangers. Considering this guy wrote about it, I can only imagine what stories he would have sold about the Sussexes if he had let them in. Voila. P.S. I love all the details about their home. They really invested in a great property. What's also great about the Sussexes' Montecito mansion is how their smart real estate investment has made Salt Island seethe for 3 years. That jealousy, that hate, that narcissism, and that unacceptance, that failure and total denial of accepting that the victims have moved on, the total tantrum that the narcissist throws, and in this case the narcissist is the corrupt UK tabloid media, that they throw when the victims walk away. It's terrible. I still believe that William and Kate's real estate hysteria is mostly about the fact that the Sussexes' house is so nice and grand. See, I love Kaiser. So going down to the comments, someone said, dude, you are a random stranger, neighbor or not, I do not have to let you into my house. And if I hired someone to make sure that no one got into my house, them letting random people, regardless of their age, amble on up around my children when I've gotten death threats, the sheer entitlement people have when they try to wrap it in being friendly. This reminds me of on Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Ritchie. There was a resident in a homeowners association neighborhood, a black guy, of course, who was just fishing on the lake, just like everybody else does. And I mean, every 5 minutes, some Karen or male Karen would roll up and be like, hi, so how's the day going? You know you ain't coming to ask about how the day is going. You're coming to ask where your freedom papers, you're a black person in a mostly white neighborhood here and fishing in our pond. Where do you live? You're not supposed to be here. Like, just, come on. So someone said, I live in a gated community. If you're not a resident, to get in, you have to pull up to the guard gate and you have to give your name and show PIC ID. Then either have to be on the entry list of that resident, whereby the guard will write up the parking pass for the building's garage and let you through, or the guard calls up the resident to say, so-and-so is here to see you, and you can either allow or deny entry. No one gets in to drop off something without a call going to the resident and asking if they want to allow the person in. You can drop something off and it's put in the guardhouse across the driveway until the resident comes and claims it. I think that's an interesting point. I'm not sure whether this person is defending Harry and Meghan or, against them. But that is a good point. Like I said, I just don't think he took the right avenues with this. And him going and obviously probably selling the story. I don't think that he gave the story just out of the kindness of his heart because he wanted people to be aware that he couldn't drop his little CD off. That also just points to yet another person trying to get on the payroll off of the coattails of Harry and Meghan, and even worse, criticizing them, hating them, the coattails of hate. I mean, I don't know. He's older, so maybe he doesn't know, but he's fueling so much flame because I know the haters out there just took this and loved it. But guys, we just gonna leave that one there. I would love to know what you all think. Let me know in the comments. If you're new here, go ahead, hit the like and subscribe button. Hit that bell so you know whenever I post a video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.